I don't know about you, America.
Kamala Harris is the first female vice caregiver of the United States of America. Joe Biden is a thief who is looking for us to support him stealing credit for Trump's vaccine plan. Here's the deal, Joe did nothing. You should thank Trump. Joe Biden and his administration don't want you to see this video. RT, here is proof that President Trump took COVID seriously and is the reason the rollout of the vaccine is going according to plan. Biden is stealing credit for Trump's vaccine plan.
In a matter of days, under Operation Warp Speed, we've shaved years off of the time that it takes to develop a vaccine, and we've done it while maintaining the FDA gold standard for safety. This is the fastest a vaccine for a novel pathogen has ever gone. We will achieve a victory over the virus by unleashing America's scientific genius, which is what it is. Operation Warp Speed is funding a historic portfolio of highly promising vaccine candidates. We're also directing a colossal industrial mobilization to ensure its rapid delivery. We're mass producing all of the most promising vaccine candidates in advance so that on the day one that it's approved, it'll be available to the American people immediately. As our visit here demonstrates, America will develop a vaccine very soon and we will defeat the virus. We will have it delivered in record time.
Who let him out the basement? Joe Biden is taking credit for the things President Trump made happen in this horrible presidential address. Operation Warp Speed, created by Trump, is the reason why the rollout of the vaccine is successful. Go back to sleep, Joe. Trump did that.
I promise I will do everything in my power. I will not relent until we beat this virus. But I need you, the American people. I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you.
Oh, Joe. Joe, listen to me. I need you, Joe. I need you. I need you, Joe, to shut up. Oh, my goodness. I'm surprised they let you speak today. Oh, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they let you out of the basement today. I'm very, very, very surprised. You are an embarrassment to this country. You are embarrassing us all over the world. So, Joe, I need you, Joe. Listen to me, Joe. It's not hyperbole. I need you. I need you to go back to your basement and go back to sleep. Go back to bed, Joe. Do what you do best and go to sleep. Go back to sleep. Go night-night. Go night-night, Joe. We know you're not really working. We know you're not really doing your job. We know this, Joe. We didn't even want you in the first place. So we know this, okay? So, I mean, go away. I need you, Joe. We need you, Joe. We need you to just step down and go away.
Real Kane, thank you, brother. Let me know what you think. Joe Biden made a speech today, and it's not even trending. No one is even watching every speech. Trump had trended at #1. Everyone watched because people actually voted for him. Joe Biden's dogs were kicked out of the White House for being dangerous, so they were sent home. Joe Biden should be at home with his dogs because it's dangerous to have man like that in the White House. His mental health is clearly and severely on the decline. He has to go. Everything is racist. I bet you Joe Biden had no clue what he signed today. Raise your hand if you agree. YouTube removed President Trump's PAC speech and labeled it a scam. This has to stop. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats are in bed with big tech. Joe Biden has not done a press conference since he broke into the White House 49 days ago. Can you guess why? Dan Scavino. Disliking hip-hop culture is not racism. In fact, it shows you are a mature person. Search online USS Liberty. Reposting the video, as it's always great to see Jewish-backed Islamic terrorists being eliminated by good people. In Syria on March 5th, Syrian artillery shells and the missiles fired by Russian warships hitting terrorists' fuel market. Numerous terrorists burnt to death alive.
عنقود الحركات كلها فرطات.
issue is being dragged into a fight in Ukraine once again. Not many people realize the extent of the real threats to Russia, accelerating every day orchestrated by NATO. A semi-literate Arab Muslim camel herder from UAE is angry at me for some unknown reason. Western deep state actors have launched full-scale propaganda war in support of Islamic terrorist forces. Canadian general urges his government to act on Muslim genocide in China. Abstain from every form of evil. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. SUA1I, an Islamist like you, with an agenda, is in no position to challenge my knowledge about the Turks or other Muslims. Would you vote for this black dude in 2024 presidential election?
They gonna tell you because my daddy was Jewish, because my mommy was Jewish. Well, because I fought the Israeli war. We didn't hurt it all. But never do they prove, never do they prove that they are born Jews. I'm gonna show you about the born Jews. I'm gonna show you about the real Jews. According to Diamond District. They run the banks of America. They in league with America. They got armies and jets. They fight when they get hurt, man. They not mourning. But the real Jews are in mourning. You ain't in mourning. What the hell you about? 6 million who the Holocaust.
Are you saying the Holocaust is a joke?
It's a joke.
That's right.
That's right.
Don't you dare.
Hell, Hitler.
Don't you
the
dare.
Holocaust is a damn joke. The Holocaust is a joke. Hitler, yeah, cry, white boy. Heil Hitler. You haven't done nothing. We've been through it. You ain't been through a damn thing. Black people have been through it. That's right. Hitler punched your singing behind because you said you were the black people. That's why he punched you in others. He punched you in those others because you wanted to be niggas. That's why. And he did you in those others. And he burnt your granddaddy.
That's
Give Hitler a hand.
That's right.
Give Hitler a hand.
All right.
That he burnt your nasty behind. You was robbing the Germans. You was taking all the Germans' money. The Germans was suffering.
I've seen it.
You was oppressing the Germans. You was oppressing them. And God let them burn you to hell up. To hell with the Harlem, 6 million people. How about 99 million black people? How about that? Can we be sad for 99 million black people? Can we be upset with 99 million black people? Who gives a damn about 6 million of them?
And you want to kill more people?
Oh, they burned us
What's
in the
wrong
oven.
with you?
Why did Hitler do that?
Why do you want more hate?
What you got? Judah mourning! The real Jews would be in mourning. They wouldn't be jokes like this Khazar baby. They wouldn't be jokes like this cat crying over some all this stuff. The real Holocaust is on these slave ships. That's right! The real Holocaust. A real Holocaust is 77 million North American Indians, man! God don't care about these.
SUA1IS. Wearing white shirts in offices will be banned soon. Racist Kirkus. People like Alex Jones and Conan are run by the intelligence agencies to discredit the truth seekers and the conservatives. After Alex Jones served their purpose and became a liability, his Mossad bosses threw him away like the used toilet paper. Meghan Markle is a fake publicity hungry careerist, but Piers Morgan is not a freedom of speech martyr. He is as publicity hungry careerist as she is, if not more. He is a coward and a bully who hacked young girls' phones. Shameful that even Tucker Carlson is venerating him. This is the formula for success in life. Now replace your mouth with a gut or behave like a vile pig, and public will run towards you with open arms like flies rush towards excrement. But if you are decent human in life, mostly you will find doors closed for you. Piers Morgan. Persecution of Christians by Muslims. While Muslims enjoy and demand more and more rights for themselves in non-Muslim countries, in their own countries, they are barbarians towards non-Muslims. Algerian Christians get prison sentences for proselytizing. Will the ridiculous British royal circus ever end? Alert: Syrian and Russian intelligence services issue warning of a possible false flag by Islamic terrorists due to 10th anniversary of Western-backed Islamic terrorist war in Syria. Surge in the activity of deep state operatives, Israel lobby Islamists, and mainstream media. USA American Navy pedophile charged with 12 counts of sex crimes against children. Situation of Christians in Islamist Turkey. India: 68-year-old Muslim man arrested for raping a dog. Jamima Khan Eshan Akbar: stop portraying yourself as anti-racist. You the best friends with the ultimate racist Jeremiah Clarkson. Mar Kustvelchesero, a white folk, would never tell the truth to his sure Ashkenazi master in the street like this black folk did, and the Ashkenazi mafioso invited this wrath upon himself by stopping and challenging them. Maybe it's New York, which they consider the capital of their American kingdom. Dianel, you if you can manage take a trip to Law's Chinatown, you will immediately be able to get the stories and find the victims to interview. Good luck. Andronic 0M56 Kangaroo Smalls, please and tag me. Great music. Consil Founds, I don't think they fully thought this one through. Tim Pool may have kidnapped someone's cat for business negotiations. This is next level. Niggas willing to file an appeal with Twitter support. It might take a bit, but you can likely get your main back after a week or two. Grand Chastain conservative cowboys on a mission to reach the cookies located on top of the fridge. B7 Mads, they're certainly not picking anything that's on the top shelf. 55 This Tinder account might be Ben Shapiro. Gigi, it might secretly be Ben Shapiro. Tinder Cope, that's a first. Hey Santhihan, measuring the min wage in Big Macs are from now on. Refer Grim to be Alex Jones, he would have to be beat red with his shirt fully off while drunk. Refer Grim, he really is just Alex Jones with a different font in that clip. J. Damus, the masculinity expert, has arrived. Here's a reminder that Fox News won a court case by arguing that no reasonable viewer takes Tucker Carlson seriously. He has absolutely no room to be mocking female military members.
So we've got new hairstyles and maternity flight suits. Pregnant women are going to fight our wars. It's a mockery of the U.S. military. While China's military becomes more masculine as it's assembled the world's largest navy, our military needs to become, as Joe Biden says, more feminine, whatever feminine means anymore, since men and women no longer exist. The bottom line is, it's out of control, and the Pentagon's going along with this. Again, this is a mockery of the U.S. military and its core mission, which is winning wars. One of the few people who's been paying attention to this is someone who served in the U.S. military, Indiana Congressman Jim Banks.
Dylan Burns 1776 proof of stake is really good, which is why Ethereum 20 and Cardano are actually useful currencies like Bitcoin that still run on proof of work, use older technology that can be wasteful. Davin World 2 Christian white women really think they're bulletproof sometimes. Terrence Williams doesn't own Ethereum, yet continues to be a token. Interesting. This is my fear, public won't understand that the charges aren't right. Copy-paste profit. There is zero justification for Derek Chauvin did, but it was not third-degree murder that was added to please the public, and that's patently wrong. You are mistaking what I am saying here. There is plenty to charge Derek Chauvin on. Third-degree murder is not the right charge. ALEX for REP. Every person in America agrees he should no longer be allowed to police. Not even a question. We also agree that he should be charged. Also not a question. The charges brought upon him, though that was done to appease the public. USEY 0 URBRA1N. There's no excuse for that, and there's plenty he can and should be charged with surrounding that, but right now he is being tried for things he didn't do because of how people feel. George Floyd had multiple autopsies performed, and they all concluded the same. He did not die from compression to his throat. He was a drug addict who had enough drugs in him to overdose. The facts are that Derek Chauvin did not cause his death. I can't tweet what I think and what I know. 45 and 47 can't either. Because he was more legitimate than the House of Windsor. Off race, he talks like that because he forgot that he took out the dildos from his mouth and placed them on his head. Hispanic people who feel guilty about having Spanish ancestors because of Judy Anglo-Black legend anti-Spanish propaganda are extremely annoying. The dumbass almost killed himself with that concrete brick.
What the fuck? Oh shit! No, bro. No. Chill. He said, chill. Oh shit! He's trying to kill that nigga, yo.
There is There's a lot of money in the COVID business, so I have decided to make my own COVID vaccine. It will be 98% effective at preventing COVID death. I call it Placepoderma. Look, my eye can pitch in a major league game with one eye closed. Ops Trevor Bauer is the biggest dumbass in baseball. I can't wait for him to get hit by a pitcher who is tired of his dumb theatrics.
Another 1-2. That one hits Franks with two eyes, but then once he came set and was checking the runner, he closed the eye again. The slider slipped out the top half.
Statues of Christian saints and nationalist heroes were brought down, and now crap like this is being built.
Смотрели первый сезон «Мандалорца» с ребятами, и мне загорелось сделать именно корабль «Мандалорца», потому что это его транспорт постоянный. И как-то вот зацепило меня. То есть вот эти все элементы, они работают, включаются двигатели. Пока вот аккумулятора нету, хотим подсветить подключить к свету, но у нас замерзает этот блок. Прицел, все работает, все кнопки, они не просто так стоят, а все они рабочие. Включая двигатель, габаритки, задние подфарники, открывает этот люк. В принципе, вот так все выглядит.
Biden a year ago, no one could have imagined what was going to happen to us except for anyone who understands what the New World Order is or has read the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. Very Chasu 77 Ristofli, go ask a Mexican that question. Zionists have pioneered, engineered everything bad in this world. I'm not saying that sarcastically. From drugs, which CIA imported, to AIDS, which was created in a lab, to cancer, which was injected into population through polio vaccines, to 9/11 to COVID. Someone in my neighborhood started setting off fireworks the minute Biden finished his speech. That seems like a bit much. Inject us with poison. Biden keep talking about how much we lost because of the pandemic. Now tell us the truth that COVID, along with BLM and Antifa, was an attack on the American people by the Illuminati Zionist elite to eliminate our rights to silence Christians. Whites to blame China to inject us. 1N0CULAT3DI lied. I also don't know. All I know is that I googled it, saw that it was a term used by Afrocentrist, and closed the page, but I'm sure that if I had read it I would have lost a few brain cells in the process. This is a silly argument. The desire to preserve one's race and ethnicity shouldn't be dogma, because it should be basic common sense. A good Catholic who loves all people doesn't become evil just because he doesn't want his grandchild to be of a different race than his ancestors. Today I learned the definition of a hotep. Also, today I am dumber than I was yesterday. Before American citizens even hear about the bill, boom, it already passed the House. You just got to hate democracy. Burger pilled. I wouldn't say Kobe before firing unless I was aiming at a helicopter. Dijo el pobre viejo quieto el solamente quiere respirar en paz.
Caballero, caballero, ¿y su mascarilla? ¿Dónde tiene usted su mascarilla? ¿La mascarilla?
¿La mascarilla? Yo qué sé.
No, pues póngasela.
Que no me la pongo.
O llamo a la policía.
Llámala, aquí te espero.
Vale.
Llámala.
La voy a llamar.
Venga.
Tire usted el cigarro. Tire usted el cigarro.
No, ahora me hace también.
Está prohibido fumar en la calle andando.
Mentira.
No, mentira no. ¿Usted sabe que hay gente que se está muriendo en la calle?
No.
¿En el hospital?
Sí.
¿Eh?
Por eso estoy yo en la
¿Quiere
calle.
usted que yo le lleve al hospital o le llevo al tanatorio? ¿Dónde
Que no
le
me
llevo?
salen los huevos.
Ah, ¿sabe usted que va a salir en la
Que
tele,
no
no?
me salen los huevos.
Ah,
Eso es.
¿le da igual que muera la gente?
Ahí.
¿Le da igual?
No, a mí no.
¿Le da igual que muera
No.
la gente? ¿Entonces?
No.
Euro-Hegemonist Fragment 122, not yet. Check your wallet. Look at Israel just sitting there minding its business, looking all innocent. I'm sure the fact that an Iranian cargo ship suddenly catches a fire while traveling near Israel is a total coincidence. LMAO, Israel looks guilty as hell to me. Israel is getting lazy. They didn't even attack an Iranian ship in the Persian Gulf, where Iranian ships can respond. They did it near Israel's coast. And that's like cheating. Mossad never plays fair. America first. Hey Joe Biden, all those illegals you are welcoming in our country are having big barbecues right now at our border. They aren't waiting until July 4th like you want legal American taxpayers to do if they get the vaccine. You also forgot to thank President Trump for the shot. Allows and encourages local authorities to enforce immigration law, cuts off foreign aid to countries who allow their citizens to illegally enter the US, repeals Biden's open border executive orders, reinstates Trump's zero-tolerance immigration policy, resigns DAPA. Tomorrow I'm introducing the Protect America First Act to secure our southern border, 4-year immigration moratorium. All immigration during Biden's admin funds. AMP builds the wall, defunds sanctuary cities, expedites deportation of illegal aliens. Biden has our border wide open and we are literally being invaded, and he has the audacity to say if we don't behave like good little boys and girls that he will reinstate COVID restrictions, all to keep the crisis for the excuse to finish off the radical transformation. That was the most bizarre speech from any US president I've ever seen. Does Biden know about all the open states? He says everyone must get the vaccine, and we might get to have a BBQ with our families on July 4th. Should we tell him most of us have been doing that the past year? The Democrats have complete meltdowns over kids in cages, but next week, the Democrats want to pass a law that would allow children to be raised in prison. The so-called Violence Against Women Act is actually violent against children. Stop the insanity. Democrats hate kids. The crisis on the southern border is unacceptable. Joe Biden is unfit for office. It's time to impeach Biden. Existential threat to the Uniparty. Marjorie Taylor Greene gives explosive interview to War Room. Steve Bannon's War Room pandemic. This is the video I just mentioned on the House floor.
Hola, hola. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes.
¿Buen camisa, señor? ¿Buen camisa? ¿No la encontré arriba?
You ever hook those guys up? Yeah. Right, 26s.
Oh yeah, 26.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo está?
Because the thing is, if I get the knife like I ran down here right now, with the family, I said, you can't pull it back. You're just going to be in a tug of war with me, and I'm going to wait.
Right.
So he knows.
Right.
Honestly, like.
Hola, buenos días. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo andan? Pásale por ahí. La camioneta, camiones ahí.
Cuídate, cuídate.
Señor, regresamos a la estación, ¿ok? Ok, ahí vamos a aventar los demás. Está bien, Ahora.
Watch Rep. Taylor Greene. Democrats ramming through woke strict gun control legislation. Live now with Steve Bannon's War Room. Listen. I ran for office and was elected with 747 of the vote to represent the people, not the politicians, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't care that this is being done by a cop, sheriff. It's awful to harass citizens because you think they may commit crimes, hoping to make their lives miserable. Ron DeSantis has the authority to remove Chris Noam, should consider doing so. This is a sexist tweet that reinforces the patriarchy that men are the breadwinners. It is the pathology that leads to the wage gap. Be better. Men, when I have dinner, W Trump, at least he buys. Only a handful of Republicans are loudly saying what is obviously the case. One of them is Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida, who recently pointed out the truth of what the capital occupation has become. Politicians shouldn't be bartenders, Maya say, opposing THC caps here. Honored to work WAOC to reform America's bad boomer drug laws. Florida woman LG is so cool. Hey, what do you think about abortion? Anyone who still supports lockdowns and mask mandates at this point is an evil human being. Your profession doesn't determine what kind of respect you deserve. Your actions do. If you want to disarm us, censor us, and destroy our country, I don't give one single damn. If you're a veteran, you're now fighting against everything you claim to have fought for. I have not come to call the righteous but sinners to repentance. Luke 532. Biden, you pay me $5,700 and I'll give you $1,400. Democrats, that's what I'm talking about. What amendment will Democrats go after next? They just obliterated the second. I wonder if the 19th is safe at this point. Remember this, I will protect the Second Amendment at all costs. That's why they don't like me in Congress. The path to the destruction of this nation relies on disarming Americans, not on my watch. More unconstitutional gun control just passed the House of Representatives. Democrats are fast-tracking the destruction of our Second Amendment because they want total control. Our country is in grave danger if this continues. When Bill de Blasio, the worst mayor to ever serve in the United States of America, calls on you to step down, there's no coming back from that. Cuomo, it's over. Joe Biden and the radical liberals are telling our small businesses we have to shut down while allowing hundreds of COVID-positive illegal immigrants to come freely across our border. We have to push back. Help me tell Joe Biden no. Democrats are trying to fundamentally change America. Help me fight back. Donate today.
I don't know about you, America, but I am tired of these DC Democrats thinking they are better than you. In the past 3 weeks, they have effectively ended girls' sports in America, disenfranchising our daughters and replacing mom and dad with bureaucrats. They passed a DC takeover of our elections, nullifying states' rights and silencing the voice of millions of voters in America. Without any Republican support, they put our children $1.9 trillion further in debt. Biden's blue state bailout is a Democrat wish list that takes better care of their lobbyist friends than the people suffering from draconian lockdowns. Let's not forget Biden's border crisis. He created this by halting construction at the border wall and inviting illegal aliens to come into our country and implementing catch and release. These are not pie-in-the-sky policies. They have real consequences that hurt families. I am honored to be your voice. I need your help to fight back against these America Last radicals. Chip in $5, $10, $15, or $20 today at laurenforfreedom.com. God bless you, and God bless America.
The definition of a criminal is someone who doesn't follow laws. Murder is already against the law. Shooting someone is also against the law. So why do liberals think more gun laws would stop gun violence?